Larry and Joan, an elderly couple, are arguing in the car. They can't decide where they are going to go on vacation. They are going to their children's house for a gender reveal party. Joan is suffering from terminal cancer, which they decided to hide from their children. At the party, the family members show Joan one of her old photos with her first husband, who died in a war. Larry is checking out the picture when he suddenly starts choking on a pretzel. Before the others help, he falls and dies. He wakes up in his young body, on a train. A kid in adult clothes is sitting in front of him. The train stops. He sees people getting out and follows. He arrives at the big junction, and various people approach him with leaflets. He asks them where he is. They tell him that his AC will explain everything. Confused, he goes to the reception, but she answers him the same thing. After a few minutes, a woman comes and wakes him up. She tells her name is Anna and is AC, afterlife coordinator. Larry is super confused, trying to understand what's happening, when she shows him a mirror. He is surprised to see his young self. Anna reveals that people in the afterlife arrive in their happiest form. That's why some 10-year-olds can be seen. Larry still can't grasp that he is dreaming. Anna slaps him to prove that he's not dreaming. Larry says he needs to talk to God, but she says that there is no God. She works for someone named Frank, and he works for someone else. It goes on like this. This is just a transition place between life and eternity. He can choose an eternity in his liking. Suddenly, an announcement came that a red door escapee is arriving. Do not engage. Larry sees two cops catching a man. Anna shows him his room. She gives him a bunch of leaflets of lots of different eternities. She leaves, telling him to choose whatever he likes. He checks out the room and turns on the TV, but there are only a bunch of ads on eternity. So he goes out and sees it filled with people selling eternities. So he goes to the bar. The woman makes an advance towards him. When he says he is married, she pitches him her eternity. But the bartender tells her not to sell in the bar. Larry asks him if he needs to get a job. He says only if he wants to stay here. The bartender asks if he has chosen his eternity. Larry says he can't decide, probably he will take the beach, but his wife may not like it. The bartender reveals that he can only choose one and has to live there for eternity. If they try to escape, they will catch them and put them into a void, a place with nothing but darkness. The next day, he wakes up and finds Anna there. She asks if she has made any decisions, but he is still confused. He asks if he can see his wife, as he doesn't want to go without her. She says it doesn't work like that. He asks if he can see the people who died before him, like his parents. She says he can, but he has to live with them for eternity. He asks what he needs to do to stay here. She says he needs work, and it starts with a cleaning job, and he needs to live in the basement. After much consideration, he decides he will go to an eternity and prepare everything for Joan's arrival. It's kind of romantic in a way. At night, he writes a letter to give to Joan when she comes. In the mortal world, Joan dies with her family beside her. She then wakes up on the train in her young body. Before leaving for eternity, Larry gives Anna the letter to give to Joan when she comes. But she says he won't need a letter. She will take care of it. Larry is going down on an escalator when he sees Joan coming up. At first, he doesn't recognize her, but soon understands it's her and runs towards her. Joan goes up the junction, bumps into Anna, and asks what's going on. She says that her AC will explain everything. She sees her revelation and is very much surprised. Then she sees Larry and they embrace each other. Anna also comes there. She at first scolds him for being irresponsible while eating pretzels. Unlike him, she seems to understand that they have died. He then introduces her to Anna. He tells him about eternities. They can choose a place of their liking. When another AC Ryan comes and tells Anna to move away from his client, he then takes Joan beside. He first introduces himself and shows her the bartender. He is no one else but Joan's first husband, Luke. She is completely awed by seeing him. Larry tries to intervene, confused about what's going on. Luke introduces him, and he understands it, but says Luke had a mustache. Luke responds that he used to, but Joan didn't like that, so he shaved it for 67 years waiting for her. The others find it romantic, but Larry tries to cut them off. Joan, seeing his two lovers, gets overwhelmed. Ryan comes in and says her client needs some time to make a decision. Joan still can't grasp it all. Ryan asks her to get changed. After coming out, he helps her with her makeup. Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. She opens it, and Luke comes in for a date. Ryan has organized it. He leaves them alone for it. Larry is planning with Anna about how to get her back. Anna is a bit oblivious about everything, as she did not read his file like Ryan. He believes she will choose him as they have been together for 67 years and have children. Luke and Joan are on a date, catching up. Suddenly, two cops run in to catch a man who escaped his eternity. One of the cops knows Luke and is very happy to see him with Joan. Luke has become a legend waiting for his love for 67 years. Joan asks why they are taking him. He says he tried to escape his eternity, that's why. Once you choose, you can't leave. Joan feels it's too much pressure. Luke tells him that he loves her, and he remembers her every day for all those years. He leans in for a kiss, but Joan feels sick and says she needs time to think. She gets back to his room and sees Larry there, choosing which eternity they should go to. Joan says he can't make that decision now. She needs time to think. To make her feel better, he tells her to do a squat. She finds it quite enjoyable, as they can do many activities for their young age. Joan says she needs time to clear her head. Larry says he understands he will give her some time, and then goes to bed to sleep. She throws him out. Larry can't open his door. Anna comes and tells him that his 7 days are up, and he needs to move into the basement. She is taking him, and on the way, he sees a poster of their favorite singer and asks Anna if she can book a performance of him. She is a bit surprised but says she knows him and will book a show. She then shows him his new room, which is quite small. Larry says he will manage. The next morning, Larry goes to Joan and takes her on a date. Anna plays music while the artist makes his entrance. Joan is very impressed, but the singer is a bit drunk, and soon she realizes that it is not the real singer but an impersonator. He goes to Anna to ask her. She says yes, it's an impersonator, which is why she was surprised. Larry, frustrated, says she should have told her he is drunk. She apologizes and says it's on her. The singer is misbehaving with Joan when Luke comes and punches the guy away. With the help of Ryan, he tries to sway her. But Larry comes in to interfere, and they get into an argument. Joan screams at them to stop. She asks the two AC to come with her. In her room, she vents at them, asking them to find a way to help her make the right decision. Sometimes later, Joan opens the door and calls his two husbands. Ryan and Anna tell them that they have called their boss and arranged special permission. Joan can visit 2 eternities with her 2 husbands for a week and will choose based on that. But neither of them is happy with it and starts arguing. Larry even tells him that he didn't die in any real war. It was the Korean War. Soon, they both get into a fight. But others put stop to it and ask them who wants to go first. They can toss a coin to decide. Larry tosses the coin and Luke wins. Luke and Joan are on a train. She tries to start a conversation and tells him about her children and grandchildren, but he is not interested. They arrive in the mountain world and enjoy their time together. Larry and Anna are planning how he can get Joan back. He asks Anna if Ryan can help them, but she says they have history, so he won't. Anna asks him how she fell in love with him in the first place, but he can't remember how he did it. He then remembers that when she came here, she told her that her best friend Karen, who doesn't like him, also passed away recently. She must know something. Joan and Luke are talking, and once more she brings up the topic of her children. Luke says he doesn't want to hear this. He is glad that she got to experience that, but he's also sad that it's not with him. Joan says she also thinks about him every day, but she had to move on. He then takes her to the archive center where they can relive their memories. The attendant Fenwick tells them not to touch anything, and they are not responsible for emotional trauma. They go and see the memory of their first meeting, their first date, and their first intimacy. Joan gets sad seeing the memory of when Luke left her for the war. She says it's the worst day of her life. Suddenly, he sees that Larry is coming there. Joan wants to go, but Luke stays and sees that. Larry proposes to her there, while she waits for Luke's return. He used her grief to sway her. Luke and Anna arrive at Karen's room. Larry was surprised to see her still in her old age. She reveals that after her husband died, she went to a retreat with one of her female friends, and it turned out she was a lesbian, and it was the happiest time of her life. Larry tells her everything, and asks why Joan fell in love with him. But Karen can't remember anything. She thinks it's because he always kept her happy. Hearing about Luke, she says he was a perfect guy. Larry, frustrated, says nobody is perfect, and he will find out about Luke. Luke leaves the Archied Center and tells her that Larry was like a leech, using her grief to marry her. She tries to tell him it's not like that, but he leaves. Larry arrives at Luke's room, and Anna tries to stop him. But he goes and starts searching the place. He finds some women's revealing pictures and some proof that he hooked up with women. Suddenly, Luke comes back into his room. Seeing him, He gets angry and confronts him. He accuses him of using his death to sway her, and they get into a scuffle. While fighting, the letter falls from Larry's pocket. They both get tired. Larry tells him that he didn't betray him. He asks him then why he proposed her in the dock, but he can't answer that. Joan is talking to Ryan and is overwhelmed with everything. He takes her to a quiet place. There are some closed eternities posters. She asks about them, and he tells her those are closed, some are full, and some have gone out of fashion. Joan asks him who he should choose. Ryan says he thinks it should be Luke. She can live the life she missed in the mortal world. But he can't decide for her. She should choose for herself. The next day, Larry and Joan go to the beach. It's very popular and filled with people. They try to talk, but a kid throws a ball at them. So they go on a boat to talk. There, Larry apologized for not being with her when she died. She says that she is glad that he waited for her. He says that their kid will be happy knowing they are together. She tries to explain to him that she is amidst an impossible decision. But Larry says Luke is in the past, they have spent their lives together and should continue. She's overwhelmed and tells him that they should go back. Luke, in his house, finds Larry's letter and reads it. Back at the beach, Joan wants to take him to the archive center, but Larry doesn't want to go. They sit, and Joan remembers their first date. She says he never let him feel sad. Larry says she was broken back then, so he became strong for her. They embrace each other. They are back beside her room and kissing. When Luke with Ryan and Anna come, they come into the room. Ryan takes out the letter, but Anna and Larry try to grab it. But Joan takes away the letter. She finds out that Larry was actually leaving and wanted her to come there after she died. Joan feels he tried to trick her. Larry tries to explain that he thought it was for the best. He angrily tells her that she is being selfish. She is trying to choose between them, breaking their long marriage. He says that Luke is not perfect and tells him about the pictures and the woman's number he found in his room. Joan says he understands that waiting for a long time, these things happen. Ryan says Luke is perfect, but Luke snaps and says he is not perfect. He tells her the bad things he did while he waits for her. He says he made a mistake, but he waited, and that's what matters. Both of them want her to make a decision fast. Ryan takes everyone out to give Joan some space. Luke and Larry go to the bar and start drinking. Joan is in her room when Karen comes to visit her. They both get drunk, and she starts to vent to her about the problems she is facing. Luke and Larry, also drunk, start appreciating each other. They start to bond with each other. The next morning, Ryan finds Joan hungover. She has made up her decision. Anna takes Luke and Larry to meet with Joan. Joan tells Larry that when he died, he felt like it was a nightmare. She didn't know how to live without him. To Luke, she says she was her first love, and if he hadn't gone, they might have a wonderful life together. She is glad they both were in their life. But all things must end, and she chooses her. She will live her eternity alone without them and leave. The day comes, and she leaves with Karen for their eternity. Luke and Larry reminisce about their past with Joan. Larry tells him that he was the last person he saw before dying. His granddaughter was showing her their picture when he choked and fell. He tells him about their life when he remembers something and runs towards the station. Karen and Joan are talking when Larry knocks on the window. She comes out, and he says that her hair is different. He never had it when they were together, as she cut it after Luke left. That means she was her happiest self with Luke, and Larry feels she should go with him. He deserved the happiness he missed. It breaks his heart, but knowing she is happy, he will be too. She thanks him, and she leaves with Luke for the mountain world. Anna and Ryan are back together when Larry approaches her. Ryan takes leave, and Anna tells him that he made the right decision. She wasn't happy in the mortal world. So when she came here, she thought she could help a lost soul. But she lost her purpose in handling client after client. She thanks him for reminding her purpose. She asks if he chose his eternity. Back in the mountain world, Luke and Joan are enjoying their life, meeting new people, getting intimate and doing new adventures. But she feels something is missing. At night, she visits the archive center and relives her time with Larry. They are doing a new adventure, but she does not seem to enjoy it. She tells him to go without her, and at that time, she goes to the archive to see her memories with Larry. The attendant tells him that it's not healthy to come back here. She will be stuck in the past. Luke has booked an adventure for them, but she says she can't do this anymore. Luke is not happy, and she says she made a mistake coming here. He is perfect, but Larry was with her always, making sure she was happy. Luke is frustrated, saying they are living the life they lost, and she is going to throw this away. He tells him that he knows about her visit to the archive, but didn't say, as he wants her to be happy. She says she can't live here. Luke says she can't leave. They will put her in the void, but she says she will try anyway. Luke leaves from there. Joan is practicing how she will capture the attendant to forcefully enter the archive, where the red door is. The red door will take her back to the junction. Luke comes there and says it won't work. He will help her. He then goes and starts crying, saying that Joan has left, and hugs him crying. Joan sneaks into the room. The attendant tried to calm him down by sharing his story, but Luke says it's okay and goes inside. He tells her to hurry, and with her final goodbye, she enters the red door. The alarm rings and guards run behind her. She sees many memories besides her. One of them was her when they came to inform her about Luke's death. She goes inside and arrives at their old house and sees Larry and her old memories. She finds her old self in a room. She grabs her hand and she tells her, Larry. The police are coming, so she runs from there and goes through a hole. She arrives at the train tunnel. She manages to come to the station. She goes and asks the receptionist if she can tell where Larry went. But she says there are thousands with that name. She needs to be specific. Suddenly, her picture comes out as a fugitive. She runs, and the receptionist alerts the guards. She bumped into Ryan and Anna. They hide her and give the guards the wrong direction. She asks them for a safe place to hide here. They tell him to go to a closed eternity. It will be dangerous, but nobody looks there. She asks where Larry is. Hearing this, Anna is very joyful. She then goes to the bar. The same woman tries to approach her, and now the new bartender, Larry, tells her no selling inside the bar. Seeing her, he stopped, and after the woman left, he asks where they are going to go. She says she knows a place, but it will be dangerous. But Larry is ready to leave. They go into a closed eternity to live their lives together for eternity. You are watching the recap of the movie Eternity 2025. Thank you for watching, and enjoy our other videos as well.